Hi Gemini, and welcome to your June 2020 love reading. This is Esjaye Intuitive. Welcome. For those of you who this is specifically a love reading, so for those of you who would like to hear what's going to happen for your work or career situation, I'll be doing a separate reading in the next few days. So if you'd like to hear about that or see that video, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll hear it when it comes out. I just find it easier to separate them off because obviously different people want to have different types of readings. But for now, Gemini, I'm going to look at your love situation. So let's get started. Spirit, please continue to give us the messages for Gemini for June 2020 for love. Love for Gemini, please, Spirit. Love for Gemini. Love for Gemini, please, Spirit. Love for Gemini. It's slow to come out today. Love for Gemini, please. Gemini, love for June. Okay, we've got a few coming out here. Are we within camera shot? Yeah, great. Okay. Whoops, a daisy. Bear with me. One's just gone flying across the floor. I'm going to get them all laid out first, Gemini, and then we'll see what this brings. I don't normally pull this many cards, but for some reason it just kind of felt right. Okay, Gemini, so, it seems to me at the moment that you are, we have here the Two of Wands, and, it feels very much like you're sort of purveying your world, you're wanting things to move forward, but it kind of feels like you've got options ahead of you. I'm getting really strong messages here that, you have choices, you have options, you have, maybe there's a couple of people who are interested in you at the moment, and you're trying to choose between those people, or maybe you have two people you're interested in at the moment, and this is something that you're thinking about a lot. You can see how he's studying in this picture. Can you see that clearly? You can see how he's studying the globe in his hand and trying to find the way forward. And you have these two flames here, two flames of passion. He's trying to decide which way to go with this. Obviously the card is not gender specific, so it doesn't matter whether it's male or female, but I'm getting the feeling that there's two people around you. It kind of feels that you want to take the lead in this situation. This is the King of Swords. There's a very business-like, sort of in control energy coming across here. And, I'm getting the feeling, Gemini, that during the month of June, that you're actually feeling a little impatient with all this. You want this to be sorted, you want to move forward in your relationship, but at the moment you're feeling reserved, you're pulling yourself back. It's almost like you're standing on top of a hill. I have a vision of you standing on the top of the hill, purveying almost like two different camps with two different people in it. Now that's not going to resonate with everybody, but this is the feeling that I'm getting. So if that is, you know, if there's some confusion in your love life at the moment, Gemini, it could well be that, you know, moving forward in June, this is something that you're feeling that you want to make a decision about. You're very clear that you want to make the right decision. And, you know, you can't get much better than the World card, really. On one hand, you want to throw caution to the wind. You can see this lady here throwing her hat into the breeze and smiling widely. The world is her oyster. You want, you know, on one hand to be consumed by love and to, you know, for it to be a really positive thing and this positive relationship to come in. But there's another part of you that has your sword at the ready and wants to take control of it. So I see this real typical Gemini type pull, you know. So you've got two ways of thinking here, Gemini. You have, you know, on one hand, you've got people around you. You're trying to make a choice between two options, possibly. And on one hand, you want to throw caution to the wind. On the other hand, you want to take control of this situation and, you know, determine which way it's going to work out. That's not always possible, of course, because whoever the people are that you're interested in or who are interested in you, they have their own feelings, their own agendas, their own, you know, way of moving forward. So that's going to be an interesting month for you, you know, certainly the beginning of the month. You are going to make this choice though, Gemini. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. You know, I think that at the moment, you know, maybe you are trying to concentrate on your money situation and moving forward, and maybe the whole relationship thing is just confusing you somewhat because you are being torn as to, you know, how to handle that situation. And, you know that, again, we have these anomalies because on one hand, you have this successful venture that you're wanting to start, or, you know, this work that you want to concentrate on your money situation. So again, and it's interesting that I used the I can't think of my words today, that I used the example of somebody standing on a hill, because when we look at the Ace of Pentacles, that's exactly what he's doing. He's standing on top of the hill, feeling in control, feeling on top of the hill. So that's very, very interesting. That, you know, it came under the Two of Wands, which was about the choice. But it looks like you're wanting to be, you know, in charge of this situation, really. And definitely you're feeling drawn to deal with the practical everyday things in June, whereas what you would like to do is just take a leap of faith and go for it, which, you know, it has a similar feel to me, although these cards sort of, you know, traditionally have different meanings. When I read these intuitively, if you look at these two cards, there are similarities here. We have the leap of faith and we have throwing caution to the wind. So although you're sort of having to deal with everyday practical matters, Gemini, there is a part of you that is doing that to keep control, as we said, but also a part of you that wants to throw caution to the wind. Now, it's important to work sort of in partnership with people in June, you know. It's important in order to move things forward in all your relationships in June that, you know, you sort of try to find a compromise. So, you know, if you have got people around you that you're thinking of starting a relationship with, and this very much feels like a new relationship, not an existing relationship, you know, this is about working things out. You know, and you will work things out. You know, it's not, if you see the Nine of Wands that comes up next, the person here in the Nine of Wands card feels like they've burnt all their bridges, feels defensive. So, you know, it may be, Gemini, that you're feeling defensive. I'm feeling that this might be your energy, actually. rather than the energy of someone else. It could be the energy of someone else. As I say, the energy, this is a very general reading, so the energy can be read both ways. But I'm feeling that this is your energy, and it's important that, you know, rather than coming from sort of a defensive energy, this teamwork is crucial. So it may well be that there are compromises to be made. Now, whether that's, if you're in a relationship already, Spirit is saying to you, you know, there may be things that you can't be in control. You can't be holding your sword and saying you're going to do it my way. You know, it may be that there's compromises to be made here, because all is not lost. So if that's an existing relationship, this is what they're saying to you. Here you are holding on to your riches, okay? Afraid of sort of letting someone in, afraid of letting someone else be part of that. Again, this defensive sort of feeling about it. So, you know, obviously in your relationship or in a new relationship, if there's something that you're not happy about in terms of the relationship, if there's real red flags, I mean, then obviously be wary of those. But it feels here that there's this defensive energy around. Could be you, could be somebody else. I'm feeling it might be you, Gemini. But I do feel that during the month of June, you're going to be progressing and forging forward. The Knight of Swords comes rushing in, cutting through any obstacle. So it may well be that if you've been holding someone at arm's length, someone around you, that they're going to come rushing in during June and, you know, try and cut through all this, you know, defensiveness that they're being faced with in order to bring clarity. I'm hearing the word clarity, so I think it's more about, yeah, just wanting to reach this compromise, to know what is going on, to try and work things out with you. So this, it's funny because earlier I felt this was very much a new relationship, but I did feel that it's someone that, there are two people around you that are potential partners for you, Gemini. So it could well be that, you know, one of these people has been sort of, is ready to step forward, but has been in the shadows a bit and is ready to forge forward, cut through the obstacles, in order to have a fresh start with you. Or maybe this is a new person rushing in and saying, do you know what, Gemini, I've been watching you from afar, and actually we need to just get this thing started. So there may be people around you who are not particularly supportive of this relationship that you're possibly entering into, or the current relationship you're in. You know, there's a lot of gossiping going on here. There's maybe people talking behind your back. You know, there's maybe people saying, oh, that person's not going to be good for Gemini. You know, what can we do to sort this out? You know, gossip. But you're going to cut through this, Gemini, because here we have you making a fresh start, forging forward with your sword, saying, no, here I am, I'm powerful, I'm in my own power, I know the way forward, and, you know, I'm going to stand tall in this situation. So whoever these people are that are interfering in your love life or giving you too many of their own opinions, you're going to rise above it. And Spirit are now saying to me that you're going to just thank them very much for their opinion. There's not going to be any malice. You're going to say, thank you very much for your opinion, but I'm in my power now. I'm going to stand tall. This is a new beginning for me. And, you know, I will forge the way forward in my own power. That is, you know, very much how I'm seeing this. So that sort of gives us a grounding. Let's just get some love cards here, because, and I've used a lot of tarot today. As I say, I don't normally not use that many cards. I'm just going to space them out a bit, and let's go through and have some clarity, because I think a few of these cards could have gone either way, whether it's an old relationship, a new relationship. But Gemini, take whatever resonates for you. I'm still working on these camera angles, you know, and I haven't quite got it, have I? I'll get there, seriously. We'll get there. Right, so let's see. Let's see what the love cards bring us. These are the love oracle. So let's see what these bring us. Please clarify the Two of Wands, Spirit, please. Please clarify the Two of Wands for Gemini. We're looking at love for June. Please clarify the Two of Wands. Yeah, an opportunity to rebuild. Now this suggests that these are people, as I said at the beginning, when we looked at the Two of Wands, I said that there are two people. I'm feeling there's two people around you that you potentially, or maybe someone's trying to choose between two people, but this is suggesting that this relationship is someone that you already know. Now, it may be you've been in a relationship before and you're trying to rebuild that relationship and you're sort of trying to make your mind up what approach to take, you know, or it may be someone who is around you that is, you know, has an eye on rebuilding the relationship and you're not quite sure about that yet. So let's just see what comes next. King of Swords, please, Spirit. Can you clarify the King of Swords, please? Can you clarify the King of Swords, please? Can you clarify the King of Swords, please? New vitality. So here's your enthusiasm coming in, Gemini. You know, the King of Swords, we talked about the King of Swords being sort of very in control, very strong, but very in control. Cold, doesn't suffer falls gladly, is just being said to me. But, you know, maybe here we see some new vitality coming in. So it may well be that this sort of coldness of the King of Swords isn't going to be lasting, because maybe this new vitality will come in and help you with this rebuilding process with this particular relationship. Please clarify the world. Oops, a daisy. I'm going to take that one because that feels right. Detach. Okay. So, you know, you're wondering whether or not to throw caution to the wind, as we said earlier before, that you feel the world's your oyster and you just want a piece of that. You feel that, you know, you want to literally just say, hey, world, I'm ready for you. We have, in the same vein, the detached card is saying to you that, you know, this is about you wanting to set yourself free. This is wanting you to just throw sort of caution to the wind and very much detached from all that's been sort of pulling you down. So in terms of relationships, if you have a relationship that has heavy energy around you, you're wanting to set yourself free, and you have this person here that you are thinking of rebuilding a situation with. Let's just see the Queen of Swords. I'm going to actually put this came up with while I was shuffling still for this. So this is Daydreams and Decisions. Okay, so you have some decisions to make, but you know, we established that before. You are trying to decide whether to go with Queen of Swords energy, very much in control, or the World energy, which is very much about, you know, just throwing caution to the wind, as we've said. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, Gemini, we know that, you know, here you are, standing on your hillside, you know, working hard towards your goals. You know, you've got your pentacles ready, so you're heading in a really good direction. You feel that life is good. You're hoping that you're going to move forward, and here you are, believing and succeeding in June. You know, they're asking you to believe in yourself, because you can succeed with your plans, Gemini. Okay. And equally, in terms of your love life, you can, this relationship, you know, good things can come of it. They're asking you to believe in it. Yeah, they're saying, look, there is love here. There is love on its way. You know, it's about rebuilding situations. It's about having some trust and some faith and, you know, letting it in, basically. So along with that belief comes love abound. So that's what they're asking you to believe in. Okay, let's have the Three of Pentacles, please, Spirit. More information about the Three of Pentacles. Oops. Observe, yeah. I'm going to take both of these because they both feel right. We have the Observe card and we have Moving On. So where we talked about the Three of Pentacles being about compromise, it's almost like you've got to see things from both sides, is what Spirit are asking you to do. You know, see things from both sides in order to move this relationship forward. So, you know, this is all part of the rebuilding they were talking about earlier. There are compromises to be made, Gemini. You know, this relationship won't necessarily go exactly the way you want it to go. It may be that, you know, things may be a little bit more complicated, or they may just it may just be that the person you're with has their own ideas about which way they want it to go, which is, you know, perfectly understandable. So they're saying these compromises are there. You know, see things from all angles, see things from the other person's point of view. In order to move this relationship forward. I don't get the feeling that this is about you leaving this relationship and moving on. I very much feel that this is about the relationship itself moving on. So, you know, this relationship, there is love here, as we've seen. But if you want it to move forward healthily in the month of June, Gemini, there are compromises to be made. Right. Please clarify the Nine of Wands, Spirit. Please clarify the Nine of Wands. Please clarify the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you haven't burnt all your bridges. You know, we talked about the Nine of Wands and how this person looks like they've got, you know, one wand standing, basically. They're clutching on. Or we've got two. They're in their final wands. Sorry, I didn't notice the second one. They're in having their final wands, but it almost feels like the others are all burnt out, that they've used all their resources. They you know, they don't know what else to put into, maybe to put into the relationship, and they feel like they've sort of had lots of chances, but, you know, they've not come to anything. But this relationship can come together. It can actually, there is love here, as we've said. We have, you know, you rebuilding this relationship with new vitality, as we said at the beginning. So yeah, I mean, you know, all is not lost, Gemini. During the month of June, as long as you're willing to make compromises and, you know, and I don't mean give another person all their own way, but I'm talking about give and take here, you know, balancing things out. This relationship can certainly come together. Let's see what the Four of Pentacles is about, please, Spirit. What's the Four of Pentacles about, please? What's the Four of Pentacles about, please? Yeah, they're saying to you, you know, Gemini, also, you know, here you are guarding what's yours and being, you know, quite sort of, again, this defensive energy. Maybe you're feeling worried about whether this relationship is good for you, and you're protecting yourself and your own. Obviously, if you have, you know, red flags around you and things that, you know, are harmful, to you from that other person, then you're justified in feeling like that. But what Spirit are saying is, you know, there is love here, and as long as it's healthy love and not something that is harmful to you, what they're saying to you is change your focus. You know, don't worry so much about protecting what's yours. There are times when we have to, you know, open our heart and allow somebody to love us and to meet someone halfway. As we said, we keep coming back to this idea of compromise, which is so important in a relationship, you know. We can stifle relationships by trying to control them, Gemini, can't we? And you know, this is what the message is coming from Spirit today, is just, you know, find the confidence within just to allow yourself to meet this person halfway. Yeah, so, you know, they're saying joy and stability can be yours. You know, we have the Knight of Swords, who is sort of rushing in and cutting through any obstacles. But, you know, the Knight of Swords brings with them energy, again, this new vitality, but also brings joy and stability. So if you're able to give a little and meet someone halfway, whether this is a new relationship or whether this is an existing relationship, then, you know, you can go back to having this joy and this stability, Gemini, that you crave, really. Let's see who these people are. Let's see what are these people about? What's the Five of Wands around, please, Spirit? What's the Five of Wands? What's the Five of Wands, please? What's the Five of Wands? Please clarify. That doesn't feel right, sorry. What's the Five of Wands? What's the Five of Wands, please, Spirit? Yeah, giving and receiving. Do you remember earlier when I mentioned the Five of Wands and I mentioned this group of people, but the Spirit were talking to me at the time and were saying, you know, thank them for their opinion. This is very much about giving and receiving. This is very much about, you know, you have people around you and you want to say thank you for your opinion, but actually, you know, there has to be give and take in every relationship, and you have to appreciate that I also have my own life and I will make my own decisions. So, you know, you're giving your opinion, but please receive my views as well about the relationship I'm in or the relationship I want to have. You know, everybody has an opinion about everybody else's relationship, when in actual fact, the only people who really know about a relationship are the people in it, aren't they? So, you know, this is not about getting into arguments, though, as we said before. This is very much about thanking them for taking an interest and for caring enough to make their comments, but actually they have to accept that you also have feelings about this and you have your own opinions and you will make your own decisions. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords, please, Spirit. Oops, a daisy. Throwing this out. Yeah, I mean, you know, they've thrown these out and I am going to take... That's funny. There, you know, we have a card, a listen card. Spirit are saying these people, they not only need to give you their opinion, but they need to listen about how you feel. It's come up with the heart chakra card, you know, and the Master card, which is very much about you being in control of your feelings, about you, you know, having your love life contained, your emotions, your, you know, your feelings, basically. You're in control of that. You know what's best for you. And you need to follow your heart. The listen card came up very much. Yes, okay, they're asking you to listen to the opinions of these people, but equally, they want you to take control of your own love life. You know, the love is here for you. And they say these people are doing it from a position of love because they care about you. But at the end of the day, they also need to listen to your feelings in this situation. So if you have, during the month of June, people around you who are interfering a little bit more than they should be, then, as we said earlier, thank them for their attempts guide you and to give you, you know, their care and their love. But actually, in fact, I'm going to move the Master card to here, because this is about you containing your feelings, about not getting into arguments with those people, but also knowing that you are in control of your own relationship from your perspective. And as we said, the only people that really know are you and the person in your relationship. So, right, we asked for clarity for the Ace of Swords, but they wanted to give me more cards for that particular one. So let's see. Yeah, the Five of Wands, sorry. Okay, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Can we have clarity for the Ace of Swords, please, Spirit? Clarity for the Ace of Swords. Clarity for the Ace of Swords for Gemini for June. Clarity for the Ace of Swords. Clarity for the Ace of Swords, please. Clarity for the Ace of Swords. Here we go. Oh gosh, how interesting is that? So here we are, you know, this card, win or lose. You know, we have two very definite swords here standing on their own. You know, we talked earlier about you feeling in your power. This is the beginning of something new for me. I feel positive about it. I'm going to stand tall. I'm in my power. You know, I'm looking to the skies. Even my cat is looking to the skies. And we're saying, I'm feeling good. This is something good for me, and I'm going to move forward. And I'm very much going to make my own decisions, you know. We have this singular sword here, a singular sword here. It's very much about being in control and feeling this is a new start. And at the moment, I don't know which way it's going to go, but this feels right for me and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to pull one more clarity card for that to see if they give us another dimension. Can you give us another dimension, please, Spirit, for win or lose and the Ace of Swords? Yeah, I mean, they're asking you to, you know, you have all it takes. We have the base chakra card here. This, again, card of strength, a card of your core being. You know, they're asking you to basically choose your battles. And again, they don't want you to get involved in any disagreements with the people who are around you, who have opinions. You know, they want you to be making your own mind up, Gemini. And, you know, asking you to forge forward with what you feel is right. So I'm going to pull a few Romance Angels cards. And then we'll finish off, Gemini, because this has been quite a long reading yet again. I always say I'm not going to make them long, but I always do. So let's just see what comes up here, and then we'll do a brief summary. Interpret this reading as you will. Take from it what you want, because, you know, everything will resonate in different ways for different people. It's difficult when it's obviously a general reading because there's so many people that can take different things from it. If you have enjoyed the reading, please subscribe and click the notification. Oh, how ironic. You know, here we are. Spirit is saying, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So, you know, this card has been very important. You know, although these people are somewhat meddling, again, I'm going to pull it out because it seems to be majorly significant. So during the month of June, you appear to have people around you that are giving you opinions, you know, and it's coming from a good place. So they're saying, let your friends help you. You know, accept their support, accept their help, discuss things with them, but at the end of the day, make your own decision. Okay? So that seems to be quite a strong message coming from Spirit for you, Gemini, for the month of June. So anything else, please? Anything else for Gemini? Anything else for Gemini? Love for the month of June? Anything else for Gemini for the month of June, please? Yeah, I mean, it may well be, you have an unrequited love card. It may well be that, you know, one of the things your friend's worried about is maybe this person who's coming back to you is someone that you didn't feel you had enough chemistry with, or maybe this is the view of your friends, and maybe this is why they're getting a bit angsty. Is that a word, angsty? But maybe this is why they're feeling that they need to interfere here, because maybe in the past you were hurt by this relationship and it's coming back. You know, either you or the other person or both of you want to rebuild, and maybe this is the thing that's unsettling your friends, possibly even your family. Maybe they think there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep that relationship going. But at the end of the day, Gemini, this is your relationship, okay? You have to make that decision for yourself. You know, it's not to say this relationship is wrong for you. You will know. Yeah, and I mean, Spirit are clarifying that. They're saying it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Do you remember before we were talking about some possible defensiveness, that you were feeling worried about this relationship, even though we know that, you know, you're coming together, that maybe this time around this is going to be more positive for you. You know, and even as I said, if this isn't, it looks, earlier I was very sure that this was a new relationship, and it could well be, it could just be that you're rebuilding your sort of willingness to enter into a relationship, and that's you know, why they're talking about previous defensiveness and that. But equally, this could well be someone that's coming back, and this may be why your friends are so worried about it, because, you know, but Spirit is saying, look, it is safe for you to love. You know, maybe the timing wasn't right before. So let's just see if there's any others. Can we look at this relationship specifically, Spirit, please, and not about friends? Can we look at the relationship specifically for the final couple of cards, please? The relationship specifically for Gemini. Gosh, we have a wedding card, Gemini, so this could well be something that becomes long-lasting, you know? We certainly identified earlier in the cards here that there's love. We saw that you know, you could well come together with this person and be very happy. And so, you know, we have the wedding card. So they're asking you to have faith in moving forward. I'm just going to reshuffle my cards because I think there may be one more. So basically, let's just pull one more and then we'll do a summary. Yeah, I mean, there may be, it says here, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. That won't apply to all of you, but it may well be that, again, this is something that, you know, maybe you were with this person before, maybe you were even married to them before, and, you know, maybe you could even have been divorced from this person and come back together. Who knows? You know, only you will know what resonates with you. It could well be that the people around you think that, you know, it's not right, that you should be with this person. You will know how this applies to you, Gemini, but it may well be that this is what's brought some of the indecision, some of the confusion for you. You know, because it may well be that the way you've been brought up is not the way that you're now conducting your relationship. So, as I say, take what resonates from it. So basically, in the month of June, Gemini, you know, you have the opportunity to rebuild yourself in a loving relationship, or to rebuild a relationship itself. You may be feeling torn in two directions because you may want to throw caution to the wind, but equally you may want to control the situation. Again, it's the Gemini pull of thinking in two different directions and feeling in two different directions, and that may well be very evident for you in the month of June. You have this relationship around you or coming in for you. I do feel it's someone that you've known. I do feel there are two people around in the beginning and you were maybe a bit confused about that, or maybe you're just looking at one relationship from two different angles, because that's also the other possibility and would fit in with some of this other the other messages that we got. Yeah, but there is a possibility that this is a long-lasting relationship. You know, we have coming together, we have a wedding card. Yeah, you know, the message that Spirit kept labouring was, you know, there are people around you, as we said, that who are trying to influence your decision making, but you have all you need. You don't need to get into battles with them. You can stand tall, stand proud, and you know, you have what it takes to move this relationship forward into a good place, Gemini. So, you know, whether it's a new relationship or whether it's an existing relationship or in fact somebody coming back, you know, let yourself be led by the heart, really, and feel strong in your thinking so that you can, you know, make the best decision for you. Right, Gemini, I hope that was helpful for you in you know, many ways. I know we approached it from several different angles, which sometimes can be a little bit of confusing, but take from it what you will. Like I said, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate you liking, subscribing, and, you know, pressing the notification bell so that when the career reading comes up, you'll get notified of that. And please let me know what you thought in the comments, because all your comments help me grow and help me to, you know, meet more of your needs in terms of what you'd like to hear in the future, what types of readings you'd like in the future. So I hope that was good for you, Gemini, and good luck in June and all the best. Thank you. Bye.